Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Silicon Valley event. We're glad to see you here, everyone. And welcome to our today's speaker, Dalер Hashimov. We're glad to see you, Dalер. I give a word to you.
Hello, everyone. It's a big pleasure to meet you. Is my mic okay? Can you hear me well?
Yes.
All right. So let me share my screen. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about the digital space, digital space for businesses nowadays, and uh, how to build it to last for long. And the field is a web development, web design, and as you can see, a professional web development for long-term success. So let's move on. Let me tell you about myself. My name is Dalер Hashimov. I'm a digital product architect in the field of web design and web development. So I'm gonna tell you about my backstory before. So I've been working in this field for more than 5 years. Um, and I've started my way uh, when I was working at the group of companies though, that consist of 12 smaller companies inside. That was a real big company, and my primary mission was to build a website for each of the company. And at that time, at that company, I was just learning, starting to build and make websites on WordPress. And after working there for maybe a year, I've decided to work by myself, because in that short period of time, I got a real nice experience in the field of web design and web development. And I had a strong vision that I could do something by myself, and I could really um, make my own company. And so 5 years ago, I've opened a small company. I really wanted to work as an individual entrepreneur to advertise my own skills, to to tell the world that I can create something valuable uh, for Kazakhstan. And so after opening my own small company, I was actually that w- that wasn't that easy, but it was really interesting because I was playing every role that was available at that time in terms of business, because uh, it was starting from creating a social medias, adding a content into that. And of course, I had some outsource workers that were help me. But the thing is, I was developing the idea, everything all by myself. And um, when I was just starting, I was advertising myself heavily in social media, especially in Instagram. So like that, I got my first clients there. And through time, when I was getting more experience, I started to work with bigger and bigger projects. And as you can see, I was delivering my projects across Central Asia. It's it's Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, usually, and also Russia. There were some projects from Russia, Europe, certainly Germany. and Middle East. Yeah, I had some projects there in Dubai. And let's continue to the next slide. So let me quickly share you my projects. I'm gonna show you the web design itself and what kind of projects I was working with what kind of companies I was working before. And right now you're gonna see the best out of my works for now. Let me share you my screen. Um, so can you see the screen? Everything is all right? You can see it, right? Видно, да? Так, так. Меня слышно? Все хорошо. Ага. All right. This is one of the best of my works. It's uh, this is the worldwide famous company called Davidoff. As you see, they they produce cigars all over the world, and I was lucky to work with them. Um, they gave me an opportunity to create a website for their local store, which is located in Almaty, and I've created this kind of piece for for their company. As you see, the web design, and it it's a online store where people could go inside and buy cigarettes that they like usually. And as you can see, they have many different kinds of cigars here, and also they could purchase like one cigar or different ones. Um, and here also we're moving on to the next one. So this company, so this company is called Terminal. It's a international company, and they are making aluminum windows, doors for for buildings. And they have also asked me to make a website for their uh, local business in Kazakhstan. So as you can see, let me show you the web design. And here's you see some doors like safe, and it's something like this. Here you see many different kinds of doors, and also if you'd like to learn more, this is a multifunctional landing. So if you want to learn more about this, as you can see, you can check out the opening window here. Mhm. Так. Yes, and every button is working the same way. So every user could just enjoy and see some really nice works of this company. Then we're moving on to the next company, which is Google Ads in Almaty. I'm sorry for the internet; it's a little bit lagging. That's why the video is not consistent. So this company is called Eurasian Bridge, Eurasian Web Agency. They are also like a company with many branches across the Kazakhstan. So and they asked me to make one website that's gonna represent every city that they have. And here, as you can see, we can we can travel to every city, and and the primary goal of theirs was to optimize their website to the top in the SEO ranking, which means in the ranking of the Google search. So they would like their primary mission was to be in the top almost in every city of Kazakhstan. And about the results, we're going to talk a little bit later. Then we go for this is one of the international projects of mine. And this is called Tekmatec Ausbau in Germany. So this company asked me to create a website for them. They're locating in Germany, and basically they're making floors, making inner renovation in the houses, and also installing installing walls, as you see here, like that. And this website was made in German language. All right, here you can see some works of theirs. So, and this is one of my other works. It's called Arastan Company, and they're making ropes for industrial and building companies. So like this kind of ropes, like they're mostly used in building businesses for like basically for anything that you can carry. And here's also like some kind of a online shop where people could buy those in big amounts. And also like this website is actually made for many kinds of cities in Almaty in Kazakhstan, and later on I'm going to show you the results of my works. So for now I'm just showing you what some parts of the works that I made so far. And moving on to the presentation itself. All right. Now we're moving on to the perspective, to the idea, to the I can say that the secret part, yeah, to the vision of the company. How do I see my business, and why is it working? Why is it worth doing? So first of all,
Daler, sorry, we don't see the presentation right now. We
oh,
see
I'm sorry.
only. Okay.
Can you see now?
No, maybe you can try to. Yes, now we see.
Okay. So now we're moving on to the perspective, to the core philosophy of my method, how to build a nice website. What are the main things that you should consider if you're planning to um, make websites in future, and or if you have a company that really needs a website, and I could clarify some key points, so you would uh, that that you would need to really understand. And first of all, uh, before I make websites, um, before I make basically anything, I already need need to have a vision where will I go, and where will I be later on. And that's why here, as you see, 10 to 15 years, not months. Your website is a digital asset designed to serve your business for decades or more, adapting and growing with your needs, which means basically your website is a representation of your business, and the way you handle it shows shows your competency for your clients, for your partners, and especially investors that would like to invest in your business. And first of all, they would like to see your site on the top, on a top ranking. If you're easily found, then you're popular. You can already bring some value to the area you're in, and what makes a good website mostly is the is the SEO at the core. So SEO is a search engine optimization, and which means that this is your ranking in the Google search. Like the higher above you are, the better you are usually, and the better is your website. The more sales you make, the more popularity you get uh, from clients, partners, and others. And my goal is that when I make a website, it should definitely reach the top rankings of these certain keywords that people are typing in order to get what they really want to have, like some services or some kind of products. And moving on, then. So this is one of my quotes: before you do something, think of the best version of it. That means you gotta have like before you do anything like working or like doing something for yourself, you gotta have best of your intentions, and you gotta turn on your mm, imaginative skills. So you could really make something nice, something uh, that I call a piece of art. So it's like building your legacy from the beginning. And if you really do something nice, then that's gonna just stay for a long, long time. Doesn't matter what you do. There can be anything, but before you do something, just make it nice as possible, as you can. That's I believe that's the best pleasure anyone can feel if they've done a nice job, and um, and they really feel that everything works for them. Moving on. So right now we're entering space of the secrets, how to really build a nice website that's gonna last for long, that's gonna uh, make its job, and I'm gonna share it with you right now. First of all, like let's say you have a client that really wanna have your website, and mm, before you make the website, you gotta understand his intentions, what he wants to do, what kind of image he has, what his primary goal, yeah. And as you can see, here's um, your core business ideas and value proposition, mission, why we ask the client why your business exists, and the vision, where you're headed, where do you want to be in future. So he's gonna tell you everything about his business. He's gonna let you know what are his real goals, and and at this stage you got to be very careful, because you really have to see what the client wants, because sometimes they don't tell really the truth, but you gotta connect your site and contribute to his dream, his vision. That's that's the first step. Second one, after you got all the information from the client, you really need to plan it thoroughly. Like you gotta plan everything, transform his business goals into content objectives, then identify targets, audiences, and their needs. Then we go plan content that drives action and engagement. So you gotta really consider this kind of those kind of points. And moving on to the next slide. Step number 3, website structure. So the website structure contains information architecture that guides users' SEO optimizations, URL, and the purpose. In the structure, first of all, you gotta uh, you gotta structurize the text itself. Like in my case, you're gonna first make the content itself, the purpose of the website, the purpose of every page, the purpose of every single word, and everything should be connected to your goal. Then after you're done with the text, then you're gonna plan the SEO optimizations, like as you see here, the URL structure and navigation. Now, navigation is actually a super important part, because if like there can be a nice website, but if it's not convenient, if it's not comfortable to scroll, uh, to just wander on the website, then out of inconvenience, your client could just leave your website and travel to another one. That's why you have to really think about the logic of your websites, right? Where the link go, where should each link navigate your client, and the main purpose is just to leave their contacts, or if it's an online shop, they're just gonna leave their and they're they're just gonna buy something from you if it's an online shop. Then number 4, design and media. Only after basically doing the hardest stuff, planning, structuring, and writing a copy, writing text. After that, you can bring some design and media to your website, because your the media and design is going afterwards to complement your structure. Let's say visuals that reinforce brand identity, media content optimized for the performance, and design decisions backed by user research, which means your your design and media should follow your text. Basically, in simple words, everything that you write should enhance and complement what you wrote there. Then how to build a website that lasts. Fifth, we go for the optimization. After you you finish everything, the text, design, structure, and then you gotta optimize your website for the SEO. This is the key part for uh, for your goal to make your website not only beautiful and having a nice content, but also it should go high ranking in the search optimization in the search. Here you see technical SEO audit and on-page optimizations, performance tuning, and mobile responsiveness. Yes, let's talk about the mobile responsiveness. Like that's one of the very important moments, because mobile responsiveness is usually takes 50% of websites visits. Like when we're searching something, like usually we're using our phones, right? And you should really consider having a nice mobile representation of your website, because like mostly I've been finding out that like some of my competitors' websites could be nice when you're opening a laptop, but on the mobile it could be like it could be not as good as the computer version. That's why if you don't want your client to lose his clients, then really consider making a nice mobile responsiveness. Then we go a website that is launching. Yeah. So before you launch your website, yeah, you gotta test it like 100 times. You gotta check every mark. You gotta also give it to a client. Let him see your work. Let him give you a uh, nice critics about your website. And so at this stage, you just gotta check everything that you have done and launch your website. But that's not the finishing part. Even after you've launched the website, your client could really ask you for something more. Like you could add on something that he needs right away, that he thought yesterday. Like it could be, as you see here, the content expansion, ranking improvements. Like you'd like to make some SEO optimization once more, or traffic growth, yeah, and conversation and conversion optimization. As you can see in the bottom, it says launching is just the beginnings. Success comes from continuous improvements and growth. All right, we're in the stage of showing my works here. Let me just show you what are my works.
We can see the presentation. We don't see.
1 minute. Сейчас минутку. Can you see it now?
Yes.
You can see it, right?
Yes, we see.
So firstly, I'm going to show you the SEO rankings for the websites I showed you before and now. So do you remember that one, David of Cigars? And as you can see, this this website that I made is now top 3 in the keywords of купить сигары в Almaty. It's considered to be a really nice ranking. Actually, you know, usually like the second or the third place in the search is actually a bit better than the first one, because people usually search two or three kind of options before they make a buy. So I guess that's the ideal place for to be. Number one, is not the best thing in this kind of area, because that's gonna be skipped usually. So number 3 is much better, and as you can see, this is the result of the work that I was working, and why I really love this this website, because it's done beautifully as a design piece, and also it's working really well on SEO rankings. This is, for me, this is amazing. Next one, we go for the Google Ads, like the one that I showed you that had like multiple like branches in almost every city in Kazakhstan. Here is also like check. In Almaty, top 4, then in Taras, top 1 here. Then we go in Semey, they got like which 3rd place too. Then we go Karaganda, 1, 2, 3, 5th place. Wait, yeah, and oh wait, and then Aktau, 1, 2, 3rd place. Okay, Aktau 3rd place. Yes, as you can see, I just chose some cities, and it gave nice results here. So moving on to the next one. Next one here, also a website that I showed you before, which was a Arastan company, and that one is that was selling ropes. Yeah, for. So as you can see, in Almaty, the ranking is 1, 2, 3, 4th ranking, top 4. Then we go in Shymkent is 1st. Well, here the competition is not that high. Also, no, wait, it's not. Here is 1. Okay, it's on the 1st page, and that's pretty good for the website to be on the 1st page. Also in Karaganda, it's on the 1st page. Then in Aktau, it's top 5 in Aktau. Yes, and continue to the the website that was showing before. This one. Let me open it again. This one, the terminal, also one of my favorite works because the web design was done pretty nicely, and their primary one of the primary goals was to get more investors, and by this keyword, I had to make a uh, I I had to make a website. So if there were some investors in this kind of area that could really need a that could actually be investors and some international partners and clients that need to order in very big amounts, like for example, if they need windows or doors for a whole condo somewhere abroad or in Kazakhstan for a whole house with multiple uh, with 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 a multiple quantity of apartments in Kazakhstan. So this is basically for them. And as you see, this is top one. The ranking is top one here at above the competition. All right, then let me move on to the presentation. So we're almost finishing, and I would just like you. I would just like to tell you guys that I'm also teaching, mentoring for those who would really like to first of all uh, get some money from the real nice field of uh, from a real nice IT field. I think for you that's gonna be maybe one of the best kind of options to start. And I also do have consultations, lessons, one-on-one sessions, and team trainings regarding the web development. And uh, before I finish, I would like to tell you a one of uh, one of the uh, one of the secrets that really helped me to grow and to have some money when I was just starting to work. And usually mostly when people start doing something, uh, something that is bringing financials to them, they think only about the financial part. They think that if they do something, they're gonna get rich. And in in my case, usually I was looking at my competitors, and most of them were focusing only on the design, but not on the vision of the website. It could be like some people could just make a website and then leave the client, and like no one knows what happens with the website. But in my case, before you're gonna start getting lots of money, uh, lots of good things from this kind of field, you gotta bring value. It's the number one rule. If you bring a good value for uh, for the companies that you are working with, for yourself especially, if you have a nice vision that brings lots of good things, lots of values. If you're that kind of person, then you actually can succeed in any kind of field. And and that's number one rule, because if you're valuable truly as someone who knows what he's doing as a professional, then I guess you will you will never be poor. You will always be popular. You will always be needed for something that you do, and there there is always gonna be a place for you. Like no matter when, where, or how, even if you don't advertise yourself, if you know what you're doing, if you have a good value, then um, people are gonna find you anyways. So um, I'm about to finish my presentation, and if you guys have any questions, please ask me. We still have time for the questions. I left mm, some time for that, and please share. You can type in the chat. All right, let's start with the first. Um, what was your most challenging project, and what did it teach you? So I'm not gonna lie, the most the most challenging one was the first one, and there was a project about making uh, about um, instruments for building. That was my first client that really shocked me, you know, because I had no experience in managing clients at that time, and I had no experience in talking business wise. Then after that project, I suffered a lot. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. It was like intimidating for me first to talk and to say my price, especially, yeah, because I was just only growing, and that was my first project. But then that actually said, if you made your first project successfully, then you can make any project the same way. It's like once you make it, you can make it anytime. That's what it teach me. Then we go next one. Mm, how do you identify the target audience and their needs when creating a content plan? Yeah, usually for this kind of matter, we discuss it with the client. Of like first, you know their vision, you know more about their business, and then you're asking who is buying from you usually, who or what is the target audience that you would really like to appear on your website. What like for example, there were some companies that sell one by one things, yeah, like cigars, or there is some companies that really ask you to sell something whole, you know, as like bunch of things, like in the numerals of quantity. And like there was one that was selling building materials, and they would really love to attract some clients that would um, get that would buy a lot from them. And it depends on the client usually. Okay. Um, what do you do if a client does not have a mission and vision? If the client does not have a mission or vision, then we're gonna create it together. Actually, that's much better. I mean, this kind of case, you can like. I love this kind of cases when your client doesn't know what to do actually later on, and we take like usually we take one session and just thinking about his business, just talking about how to grow, and that's not only considering the website, but just like it's like you have to uncover your client. You gotta talk with him more. Like you gotta connect to his mind, let's say, yeah, to really see what he wants from inside. And this kind of cases like can really make a friendship with your client. Like you can, if you make that kind of thing with your client, you can be friends actually later on, and uh, like you could actually get more value from this client. Depends on your creativity. Like everything depends on your creativity. How are you gonna handle your client? Okay. Okay. What what skills should a student develop to become an architect of a digital product? Number one skill is develop a long-term vision, like um, not only for digital products but for yourself. It could be it could be something that you're doing now. Maybe you're doing some kind of sports activity, yeah, and you or maybe you're like doing like maybe you're studying somewhere, yeah. And if you do something consistently every day, and if you still yet don't have a vision, you gotta create something. You gotta see your future anyways. You got to create your vision of your future, and this kind of thinking would really help you to work with your with your clients, which in your also relationships with your clients and with your like with the people that surround you. Because if you do have a nice vision, then everybody know that this guy knows something real nice, and he has something like really good that we should follow him. That's why. Then we go. What advice would you give to someone who is just starting to do SEO, web development? It's a lot of June, but there's a lot of competition. Um, if you're starting doing SEO, that's great. And but if you really wanna level up your skills, you gotta also understand how the websites are working, like and how search engines are working. That's the main thing. Like because it's not only about SEO SEO optimization, but it's just about how the search engine works, and also the tendencies. And I guess the key point is when you're having a client, when you're like practicing, like let's say you've got a client, right? You really have to understand uh, what what the audience of that product really want. Exactly. Then, is there anything you don't like about your job? Yeah, like there are some parts that I don't really like, and I'm gonna be honest. Like sometimes, like you you just gotta do a monkey job. Like, let me explain what monkey job is. Like when you're doing same thing many times. Let's say you got a like big online store, and you have to, you know, sit hours to uh, download the to to install all of the products that your client gave you. And when you're doing this for a long time, repetitive, that's kind of that annoys me sometimes. That's why in this kind of case, I just ask for the outsource specialist who could do it faster than now. What mistakes did you make at the beginning of your career? Is it just starts to devalue itself in comparison? Um, what mistakes I did in the beginning? I did lots of mistakes with clients, so many mistakes, and I don't think that making a mistake is a bad thing. Making a mistake is the best thing you can do, actually, because from a successful case, you learn nothing. You just get the money and and that's it. But from the mistakes, you can actually learn something. And it's like, you know, when you're starting, first of all, please allow yourself to do mistake. It's like that's gonna save you lots of nerves. That's gonna save you lots of time. And when you make a mistake, don't worry about it. You're always gonna make mistakes in the future, so that's gonna be all right. There's like no problem with that. Uh, so be chill about your mistakes. Like, would you chase your job now, or would you like to do something else in future? Um, well, for now, I have not yet reached the top, the like my dream. I've I have not yet reached the things that I really wanted out of web design, out of websites, and I guess I would maybe change it later on when I reach things that I really dream of in this kind of field. And I guess if I just leave it right now, then what was the point of starting, right? It's like uh, it's like why not be great? But if you, I believe that if you start something, you gotta come to the highest point of what you're doing, and after that, after you reach that point, you can have something else, rest, but just finish it till the end. Like, it's scary to make mistakes because there's a chance you'll get fired. Yeah, but if you work on yourself, you're not scared. Okay, what web development trends do you believe will be most important in the next 5 years? Если так подумать. It's AI usually. Ah, and about trends, you know, there is one thing that I I regret about is that I was searching for trends. This is the worst thing to do, actually. When you're searching for something that could just shoot out, like that that could be just like, really valuable for you in terms of money, because like truly like every job is valuable. Every subject that you're doing with is valuable in that field. So you can do anything, basically anything, and if you're good at it, you can make good money with that, and you can just satisfy yourself with your work, And like when I was starting websites, it wasn't advertising anywhere. It wasn't that popular. At that time was the era of social media. It was just like, so many advertisements of like creating a, so like SMM and other things. So please listen to yourself from the inside, and just do what you like. How much time should be allocated to strategy compared to design and development? So you spend much more time for the strategy than the design and development itself, usually, because you know poorly poor strategy makes the worst design and development. Like it's like, if you didn't really create a nice strategy, it's going to be so hard and so complicated for you to make something. um, AI, it could not really replace us, because we created because people created AI. And the one thing that is AI missing is, creativity. It's like, creativity comes just like in the air. It's like, some kind of a thought out of system. Something something that is not about the topic. Like, it's like, uh, the AI is not alive in this kind of matter. It cannot think out of the box. Like, just you type the question and it gives you the box. That's it. But out of it, I guess that's gonna take a long time. If you look at the trends in the personal market, there are completely different trends and bubble burst. And requirements, look for job and link or hunter shift perspective very much, and it gets spread on everything. Yes, that's true. There's like so many things that advertise now, but you don't know if it's scam or if it's not a scam. So that's why people say that the microchips they produce may soon run out, so the bubble will burst. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. All right. So the questions are. Are there any more questions? Or I guess we can finish now, right, Arina?
Okay, let's wait for another questions. If it's not any questions,
Mhm.
we can end.
So,
So, guys, if anyone have some question, we are waiting for you.
European markets or Arab countries? Of course, Arab countries. They pay well. Um, European markets, like, okay, uh, European markets, if you consider at the stage like some small projects, right? Like, maybe make landing, maybe make a like a multi-page website is all right. But for something big, Arab countries, like, yes, it's possible to reach to the top rankings. It all depends on the time and competition. Like, there are some, some really competitive areas that is like uh, that has like lots of sites advertising only on that kind of. field. So if you would like to reach your site on the top, primarily um, choose some keywords that are not on the busiest competition. That can go well if the budget is low. Um, in this case, I believe, like you said, they some areas, different areas are too high requirements. Mm, I think like, can you give some examples? Because I haven't met that super top three cases. How did I listen to this moment? Okay, for the hardest areas, I guess it depends on you actually. There is like maybe there are some topics, some things, some services maybe you don't like, and that's why it can appear hard for you to work. And it all depends on your mind, how like and your communication skills. They like if you guys would really like to work by yourself, number one also number one advice for you is to develop your communication skills, because it's gonna, your communication is gonna bring you millions and millions. That's the best thing you could actually develop right now. If SEO disappeared tomorrow, how 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 would your development philosophy change? I mean, it would. I just didn't think about this before, because if SEO disappears, then you mean that Google did Google just disappears, right? And if that disappears, then something new will open, because when something is finishing, closing, of course there is something new that is gonna open. Yeah, thank you guys very much. Like, I really love the questions that you asked me. I really love that, like your activity and that kind of matter. And mm, good luck to you all too.
Thank you so much for the lecture, and thank you to the audience for these questions. We were happy to provide you the platform for the lecture. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.
All right, goodbye. Ooh.